NPR News, where BJ Leader corrects our theme music. I'm Scott Sutton.
Support for NPR comes from this station and from the Cy Sims Foundation. Since 1985, supporting advances in science, education, and the arts towards a fairer, more just society. More information is available at cysimsfoundation.org. From the Doris Duke Charitable Foundation, which aims to improve the quality of people's lives through grants supporting child well-being, the environment, medical research, and the performing arts. And from the listeners who support this NPR station.
Edible Northeast Florida Magazine tells the story of local food through the lens of restaurants, farms, and contributors within the community. These stories, recipes, and more inside the latest issue. Eat, drink, think, explore, season by season with Edible Northeast Florida Magazine. Visit Gainesville, Alachua County, where attractions like the Kanapa Hall, Botanical Gardens, and the Cade Museum for Creativity and Invention can inspire a vacation state of mind. Adventures begin at visitgainesville.com.
French medieval village called Poniquet, and after 4 days of debate, I decided to go with him. I couldn't resist him.
Join us for true stories from women around the world. That's next time on the North Radio Hour from PRX.
Tonight at 6, here on WJCT News 89.9.